Hi, I'm Rainbow Abegg. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm excited to have you here. We're going to talk about how to deal with stress and unwind during times of the pandemic. So stay tuned for that. Hey, just the way YouTube works, if you'll stay till the end of the video, it helps to get the message out. And so I'd appreciate your support. Like, share, and subscribe. For those who are new to my channel, I'm an author, motivational speaker. I am a personal development coach, a master energy therapist. I have a therapeutic background in social work. I just do a lot of things, mentor, and take my clients through a spiritual process. And so you can also contact me in the link below. Chaos is identified by complete disruption. Right now, everybody's life's going through a lot of disruption. Your normal, obviously, is no longer your normal. And so how do you deal with that? Stress that comes and changes your world, and even actually good things can be stressful. You could be getting married or having a baby, and that actually, on the way they chart stress, will actually add to your points. And so even if you're having great things, but you also might be unemployed and just feeling a lot of stress going out in public, dealing with people that are maybe a little on edge, our society's in upheaval, condolences to those that have lost people. So I'm going to give you 8 steps on how to help self-calm and manage during these very disruptive times. When you're under pressure, you may actually have different kinds of symptoms. You might feel depressed or a lot of anxiety. Maybe it presents as loneliness. There may be almost like a secondary experience. You may actually know that you're stressed, and that could also be something as simple as overwhelm. Maybe you feel like you're putting off the things that you need to do. So please, during this time, if you're under any extreme pressure, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Sometimes some therapeutic intervention is very appropriate. Stress hits the amygdala, which is the part of the brain which is like the reptilian part where you're on survival mode. So if things are beyond where you can manage it, please get professional help. But I'm going to give you 8 tips that will help you to gain a little bit more access to those wonderful resources that actually are within you. Okay, number 1. I want you to name it. Actually do a little bit of introspection to say, what am I actually feeling? When you can name it, it starts to give you a place to go to, which is a starting point, and then you can reverse engineer it. Most likely what you're actually feeling and what's presenting is not what's deeper. A lot of times you might feel stressed and overwhelmed. If you can just pause for a minute and name it, maybe then you can take it deeper and realize, wow, I just really feel a sense I'm lost. And maybe behind that, you'll get to the actual root fear. Usually always ends up in a root fear. So please name it. Number 2, once you've named it, so now you know what I'm actually feeling is I'm feeling afraid. I'm feeling like I don't know my next step, or I'm afraid something bad's gonna happen. Then I want you to take it in the body. I've taught this before, but a lot of times we're holding something in our stomach, or you notice your chest feels tight, or you have a headache. So find where is that feeling residing in your body, and then you can breathe into it. A lot of times I'll have my clients lay their hand on their heart. Making contact with your body a lot of times helps to bring you back into the present moment. And so after you name it, and then you know where you feel it, it helps you to discern at a deeper level what you're actually experiencing. So it's that reverse engineering that will give you the information so you can then do some self-coaching. So once you have an identification, like I'm just feeling lost, then you can tell yourself some statements that can help bring you into this present moment. Like right now in this moment, am I safe? Right now in this moment, do I maybe just need to get something to eat or rest? Is there something I need to actually take some action on? So it'll help to calm your brain down and to give yourself some direction for the next step. Number 3, it's a very common recommendation, but it's exercise. When you get your body moving It helps to flood your brain with the feel-good chemicals. It will help your body to actually get rid of some of that excessive energy, so you're not just stuck in brain loops and body loops and creating that chaos that's actually going to be residing within. Give it some action. If you are not able to be very physically active, take a quick walk. Do something that maybe is just stretching. Don't underestimate the power of yoga. Number 4, not only is exercise great as number 3, and to get in shape during this time when you might be a little more isolated, but number 4 is mindfulness. This is a time where you can use the gateway of meditation. And even if you aren't an experienced at going in and really being able to calm the mind, there are a lot of really free apps. Insight Timer's one that I like, Calms is another, that you can fortify your mind training with. So being mindful can be as simple as just being where you're at. I've literally been at the grocery store and realize I'm ticking away with everything that I need to do. And when I just remind myself, I'm just grocery shopping right now. And that's all I need to be doing. So it brings you presence, so mindfulness. All right, number 5. Number 5 is hobbies. When you realize this is a time to become a more interesting person, what kind of hobbies would you like to add to your life? Now, I created a little list, and you could go bird watching, find out about the wildlife in your area, what kind of birds, what are their migration patterns, even butterflies, whatever time of year you're at. And so you could do some things like that. Stargazing, there's a lot of free apps you can get on your phone. You could get a book. We love to pull a mattress out in the backyard and just during the summer nights be able to study the sky, see what you can learn from the planets, the phases of the moon, the constellations, do a little research on the history of them. So that can be another very interesting thing. There are a lot of times meteor showers at different times a year. So do a little research and pick up a hobby on those in some different areas. There's also crocheting, woodworking, writing, photography, painting. So while you're in a more isolated state, become more interesting. Get a hobby. 6, I'm counting in sign language because I'm holding my papers in the other hand, so this is 6. That would be another great hobby to learn. And 6 is strengthen your resume. So what skills would make you a better candidate? Doesn't really matter if you're working or not. We can always be skill building. So build a better resume, learn a language, develop a resource, create a prototype, invent something, take an online class, or better yet, create an online class. 7 is create a schedule. A lot of times people end up stressed because they feel like there's a lot to do. They don't know what they need to be doing. So create a schedule for yourself and make it a pace that's doable. A lot of times our relationship with time is inaccurate. I studied time with myself at a certain time in my life because I kept finding that I was putting too many things on my plate. I always felt like I wasn't getting enough done until I really started understanding that I was having really high expectations that weren't realistic. So set a schedule, know what you need to be getting done, but also keep it an easy pace. There's a high possibility that, like me, you are creating too high of expectations for the time period that you actually have. So set a schedule. So this is number 8. Number 8 is realizing that if it just feels out of control, it's also okay just to let go and kind of take a chill pill. Now, Mario Andretti taught that if everything feels under control, you're not going fast enough. But if everything also feels out of control, it's going to be perspective. It's okay to take a breather. So if you're trying the different strategies and self-calming techniques and you're just not finding that the resources are helping, you might just truly be overloaded and you just need a day off. So a lot of times life becomes very serious. We're not as playful. We spend way too much time in our grown-up brains. So go play. So here's my last playful tip for you. I've shown you how to count in sign language. So this is 8, this is 9, and this is 10. So thumbs up. I hope this helps you de-stress. And please add your comments. And if there's a requests that you have on a topic that you would like to learn more about and tap into some wisdom, some ideas. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I'd love to be part of your team to help your life to be better. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Blessings.